Hello, everybody. It's Beetle Dave here from Derbyshire in the UK. Today, this is sort of a bit of a follow-up to the video I did a couple of weeks ago on the best of George Harrison from 1976, which was released by Parlophone Stroke Capitol Records in, like I say, 1976. We went into some detail about that album, about how it was like made out that George, wasn't worthy of a solo greatest hits compilation of his own. So that's what we're going to be looking at today, which is this, the best George Harrison, the best of Dark Horse, 1976 to 1989. But before we do that, just a quick few mentions. First of all, thank you for joining me on my latest video. Thank you to everybody that is subscribing and liking my videos. If you're watching this for the first time, hello and welcome. Beetle Dave, as it says, most 99% of the time, this channel is about the Beatles and record collecting in general. If you like my video, just do me a favor at the end of it, when you've watched it, just hit that thumbs up and subscribe. That's all I ask you to do, and I can carry on doing videos like this for for everybody to enjoy. Okay, so now let's go back to the main feature, which, like I said, is best of George Harrison's Dark Horse, 1976 to 1989. Like I say, this was actually released in 1989, and it does, unlike the one from 1976 on Parlophone Stroke Capitol, this does actually feature just all of George Harrison songs. Nothing, no Beatles songs on it whatsoever. It's got a fairly nice cover on it, sort of like reminiscent of when he was doing the Cloud 9 album, because I think this actually came out just after the Cloud 9 album, if I remember. Spine and everything's in nice condition. As far as I know, this is a UK version, because it does say UK WX312, and I did buy it when it came out, so I presume it was. But you could also buy it on cassette, and you could also buy it on CD. And it does have a barcode, and the barcode is 7599-257261. That's the barcode and everything at the back, and the catalogue numbers. So like I say, this basically is a career representation of George's work from 1976 up to 1989. There's a few years when there was nothing, because there's a few years after 1976 he didn't do anything. He did in 77, 78 he did an album. In 79 he didn't do anything in 1980, did he? And then he did one in 81 and 82, and then he didn't do anything up to 89. I think that's correct. But you don't get the travelling Wilburys or anything on this either. It is just a career representation of George's work from 76 to 1976 to 1989. I have to get these teeth sorted out. If you're new to the channel, I do everything live. I don't edit it or anything, so if there's mistakes, they're left in. So, like I say, this is the album that we're looking at today. You do get an inner sleeve with it. That's in the sleeve, and then you do actually get the words to the songs as well, which you can't really see on that, can you? On the inner sleeve. So obviously it is on Dark Horse Records. The side one, you get. Just bear with me 1 second, because I'm getting something on there which I don't really want to look at a minute. So side one starts off with "Poor Little Girl," which I think was recorded just for this album. Then you get "Blow Away," which was should have been a bigger hit for George in 1979. Then you've got "That's the Way It Goes." That's followed by "Cocky Name Business," is it? Again, I think that was recorded just for this album. Then you've got "Wake Up My Love." Then you've got "Life Itself," and then you've got "My Mind Set on You." So that is side one. Side two, you've got "Cloud 9," "Crackerbox Palace." Well, "Crackerbox Palace" was quite a big hit in the US, but I don't think it was actually released as a single in the UK. Shame, because it is like a really, really good song. Then you've got "Here Comes the Moon," not "Here Comes the Sun," "Here Comes the Moon." Then you've got "When We Was Fab," "Love Comes to Everybody," "All Those Years Ago," and then it finishes off with "Cheer Down." I think that was actually written with Tom Petty, if I remember rightly. And I think it was in one of the Lethal Weapon film soundtracks, wasn't it? I think. I could be wrong. I know it's just some sort of soundtrack album, anyway. but it was released in, it was recorded and released in 1989. So you get all the Dark Horse logos and everything. This is actually in really nice condition. It's actually quite rare to get this now, believe it or not. But I think when this was released, like in the late 80s, 89, 90 sort of time, I think vinyl was being outsold because CDs were coming in, so not many people still bought vinyl. So that is side one. And then that is side two. Quite lightweight vinyl because, like I say, I think the record companies was more into like making the money out of the CDs, weren't they, in the late 80s? It is a very, very good album, though. There's some really, really nice songs on it. And it is a better compilation album than the Best of George Harrison that EMI Capital Parlophone came out with. At least George did have control on what was put on this. I think he actually chose the songs to go on himself, didn't he? So yeah, all in all, really, really nice. Sound quality and everything on it is absolutely amazing. It's one of them. If you actually look on eBay and other selling sites at the minute, I don't know about in America and other parts of the world, but in the UK, this is actually quite a hard record to find now because, like I say, I think for every one of these that was sold on vinyl, about 100 or 200 would have been sold on the CD. The CD is pretty common to get, but the vinyl version is actually quite expensive. There was one set. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a swag of coffee. And it is coffee, it hasn't got whiskey or anything in it. So yeah, I've always liked this album. But then again, having said, we did the video on the other Best of George Harrison, didn't we? That came out in 1976. So if you put this one with that one, you have actually got the majority of the better songs or singles that he did actually release as a solo artist. So yeah. All in all, a brilliant album. There's not really a hell of a lot much to say about this album, to be honest. If you ever see it and it's under like 20 quid, I would advise you to get it. I looked on eBay this morning and the cheapest one I could find of these was £35. And he did actually say that it jumped on a couple of tracks. So, if you ever see it in anything like nice condition, I mean, I would say this vinyl is excellent. And I do play it. It's just I don't play it very often. It's got very, very minimal wear, as you can tell by the spindle hole. And if you do get it, try and make sure that you get the inner sleeve with it as well, because there was one on eBay a few weeks ago, and that didn't have the inner sleeve, and I think he wanted something like £50 for that. So yeah, George Harrison, the Best of the Dark Horse years, 1976 to 1989. Brilliant album. Can't hardly recommend it enough. If you do ever, if you're ever lucky enough to find it, which would probably be at record fairs, to be honest. You might find a copy on eBay, but like I say, they seem to be quite expensive on eBay, and lots of them on eBay are from America or Japan. So yeah, if you ever see it, just buy it. That's my recommendation to you. As long as you're not paying silly money for it. You might be lucky and find it for under £25, but I doubt it. So that is today's main feature, which is George Harrison, Best of Dark Horse, 1976 to 1989. Cracking the album. If you do ever, lucky enough to find it, and it's not stupid money, please buy it. I would give it a 10 out of 10. Like I say, it is nice because George could actually control what went on that one. I'll have to apologise because my T-shirt looks like it's really, really creased, but it's not. I think it's just the way I'm sat in it, to be honest. Beatle Dave. See, my missus made me this a few weeks ago. A quick update on the one I did, was it yesterday, on the Past Masters. the double vinyl album. Looking on eBay again this morning, they're actually going for anywhere between 50 and 150 quid at the minute. So if you're lucky enough to see one of them for, you know, less than 50 quid, I'd advise you to buy it. That's going to be it for this little video. I just wanted to do a little video, more like a accompanying video to the one that we did, was it last weekend, about the George Harrison, the best of George Harrison, that Parlophone or EMI, or I think it was more Capital wanted it brought out, but it was sort of like out of George's control, wasn't it? So one side was the Beatles and one side was George Harrison, where this one is all Georgie on his own. And there is some cracking songs on that. I mean, When We Was Fab, I think that was brilliant. Here Comes the Moon is sort of like a bit of a rewrite to Here Comes the Sun. Crackerbox Palace, as I said, is an excellent song. And I just wish that that would have been a single in the UK, because I think it would have actually done quite good. Clyde Nine's a good song, isn't it? Love Comes to Everyone. That was that featured in Nuns on the Run or something. I'm sure it was. All those years ago. Of course, that's like his tribute to John, isn't it? Cheer Down's brilliant. Poor Little Girl's okay. Blow Away, you know, it was a single in the UK, but at the time, I think George's bubble had sort of like burst. Very reminiscent of the Beatles, to be honest, that one. That's the Way It Goes. Cacamuni business, is it? I don't know. I can't really see it, to be honest. It's quite hard to see. That's a good one. Wake Up My Love is good. Life Itself is okay. Of course, got my mind set on You, sort of like George's big comeback single, wasn't it? So yeah, all in all, brilliant. If I was going to mark it out of 10, which I don't usually do, it'd be 10 out of 10 for this album. Like I say, if you've got the other one and you've got this, you have actually got, you know, perhaps if EMI and Dark Horse, or, you know, EMI and the stage George Harris come together, perhaps they could do this as a double album with the other one, which would actually make sense then, and then it would be the best of George Harrison, wouldn't it? So I hope you've liked this little video. Like I say, you know, if you are new to the channel, thank you very much and welcome. This channel is welcome to anybody and everybody. If you've got an interest in the Beatles or record collecting in general, this is the channel for you. You know, it is, as I said before, the name gives it away, but it is Beatle Dave. But we do little segments now and again on other artists. We've done Sex Pistols, we've done Adam and the Ants, we've done the Kinks, we've done David Bowie, and people like that. So, you know, always have a look, because sometimes we do other things other than the Beatles. That's all I will say. But 99% of the time, it is the Beatles. So for everybody that is subscribing, thank you very much. If you do want to leave a message, please leave a message, but please leave it on something that is relevant to the video. I've said this before, people, if you do a live stream, because I like to do it live, obviously if you're watching it after it's live, you can still leave a comment, but sometimes when you're doing it live, you get all these like stupid things come out about going on to certain like naughty sites. I'm not interested in that. I'm a bit old in the tooth for things like that. Plus, I've got a missus and things. I'm damn not interested in things like that. The site is about record collecting the Beatles, so I'm not interested in comments about anything else. Moan over. So until the next time, which could be in a few minutes actually, you know, just be nice to one another. Remember, love your records, cherish your records. From time to time, you do have to clean your records, unfortunately. But if you clean them, then they can, you know, to clean them properly, they can last a lifetime, which many of them do. So love one another. So from Beatle Dave in the UK, in Derbyshire, it's cheerio for now. Love one another, peace and love, and I will see you very soon.